Hello, my wonderful queens. I hope that you are well and blessed and are doing okay amidst our unusual time. Um, I wanted to come today to you with this video just because I was talking to someone and we were having this conversation. And one of the things that I talk about very often, obviously, is kind of getting what you want out of life and getting to the place that you want to get to, because we all do. And one of the things that I talk about here at Womempire is about getting what you want personally and professionally, because that's what I want. So I'm going to make the assumption that that's what we all want. If we're breathing, and, that's a very more important thing nowadays. I think it's something that if we weren't thinking about that as much previously, we're definitely thinking more about that now. It's more precious, I think, or at least something that we think about more now if we weren't thinking about it before. But we still have to move forward in life, and we still have to figure out a way to live preferably better than we were maybe a year ago, meaning 2018, 2019, because we did not think that our 2020 was going to look like it does. So, but in any case, I was talking to someone, and again, regardless of the climate that we're living in, they were just talking about some things that they just weren't getting out of their circumstances. Not really dealing with the virus or things like that. But the whole point, I guess, was that they couldn't foresee that a lot of it had to do with their decision making. So I thought to myself, wow, it's unfortunate that we look at things like that, but we don't really see ourselves in things. So one of the things that I just want to share really quickly, and I won't make this a huge long video, probably I won't, because sometimes you get to talking. But sometimes you have to recognize yourself in things and have to do what I call a mirror check. And that's basically look at yourself in the mirror. It's like you have a problem. We all have them. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what gender you are. We all have problems. As they say, more money, more problems. So even if you have the money, you're going to have different level of problems. So you have to, okay, you have the problem, you identify it. To me, one of the first things I do is I identify how much am I within that problem. Because if I'm in the problem, then that's more control I have. Because I can control me, So if there's things about me that I can control, whether it's how much I'm spending, not spending, if I'm not putting enough money to it, if I need to put more money to it, if I need to control, actions I'm taking, words I'm saying, things I'm doing, if I'm someplace I should be that I'm not, things like that, things that I physically can or mentally can control that I'm not controlling. I can handle that. I may not want to, but if I want the result, then I'll handle it. It's called discipline, so you just have to decide how much you want one thing or how much you want the other thing. It's kind of like exercise, if you want to, I don't like to exercise, but, I like the result, so you have to decide, what do you want more? And then you apply your actions towards what you want, it's up to you. But you are in control. But if you are not checking the fact that you are part of that problem, then you always be kind of pointing the finger somewhere else, and you never get the results you need because you're not putting the you into the actual resolution, and then it doesn't get resolved. You keep coming out of the end of that solution with not quite the result you want, because the part that it needs is you in it, and it's not getting the end result that you want, if you understand me. Other part is, people don't like to hear, sometimes it's the people you hang out with. And I know people don't think so, but I'm telling you, people that you hang out with have an influence on all of us. You know, when I say all of us, I'm saying the people I hang out with have an influence on me. The people you hang out with have an influence on you. The people that, you know, the other person had, whoever you hang out with has an influence on you. It's almost like the way I like to tell people is like if a person has a way of saying, if a person always says a certain word, and you don't say this word, but the person does, and you hang around this person all the time, before you know it, you'll start saying that word. It's just a habit that people do. You know, I saw this show one time that it asked the question of where do people pick up their dialect? And I just thought, well, from your parents, you know, like, and it said no, it's actually from your peers. You know, that's who you hang out with most of the time. You end up picking up their dialect. Now, how much is that true or not? I don't know. I don't do history or research, but I can tend to believe it because I've had friends that has a certain slight accent. It's not heavy, but it's slight. But her mother didn't, but a lot of her girlfriends did. So it's believable to me. I don't know. So it's different things that can intrude upon you in terms of how much success you have in a certain way to get your life the way you want it to be. Another thing is your habits, which go towards, again, the people you hang around, decisions you're making or not making in terms of how much are you in the way of your decisions that you make. Are you making good decisions? Are you making bad decisions? Another thing I'll add to it is how conscious you are of choices and decisions you make. There's so many little things in the way that we are successful or not successful personally or professionally. But I just found it very interesting that the person just was very oblivious to a lot of those things. And I think that when we want to have the success that we want, and I'm not saying it's easy. If you've heard me say it before, if you watch any of my videos, and I hope that you do. If you haven't, please do. You know, it's just that we can just sometimes get in our own way. And success, if you're going to have it, it's not going to be easy all the time. You know, it's going to take some work. But it can be done. You know, if again, you're going to have the discipline and you really kind of check off, like, I acknowledge them first and then check off the boxes of the things that you really need to do to have the success that you want to have. So I just wanted to, you know, kind of pop into your box today and say those few things, because I was just having a conversation with someone and it just, you know, eventually she got it, but she just initially just didn't. And I think the first thing you need to just start with is that mirror, you know. And I have a plug or not, I have a series called Mirror Check, Mirror Therapy. And it's mirror therapy, but you do a mirror check. And the whole point about the mirror is not going to lie to you. You know, people will, mirrors don't. You frown, the mirror frowns. You know, you smile, the mirror smiles. You know, and if you look in the mirror and really talk to yourself, really think about things, really do a deep dive into you and be honest, then you'll get the real answer. You know, so that's the whole point. But anyway, you be well, you be blessed, be safe, and I'll chat with you on the next video. Take care, be well, be blessed. Bye.